Music.
Oh, hey, we're talking. We're good.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all are listening to the Overseas Connection podcast.
Shut up and sit down.
Here we go!
Would you kindly?
I think we're just getting started.
Medic!
I'm a witcher.
I think this is more than you can handle.
He sits on his ass all day.
Let's do this.
All right. Hello, everybody. This is episode 505, December 9th, 2018. This is the Overseas Podcast. We are a gaming podcast for the more or less, we're going to go with less wise and less mature gamer. Who stays just a bit off from center. This week on our show, we have the lovely Kim Woods.
Howdy, howdy.
How are you doing tonight? Good?
Oh, yeah, I'm doing pretty good.
Are you frozen?
Actually, it hasn't been bad, and we don't have snow on the ground for a change, so it's not bad. Of course, I'm sure that'll change in a couple of days, so, you know.
So the snow hasn't met the ground yet?
No, the snow has not met the ground lately, anyway. But, yeah, just getting ready for Christmas. You know, all that good stuff.
All right, and also with us tonight is Mr. Robin Tate.
Pixelated me. Yeah, so I think we're up, we're going. I've got a little pixelated me. Yeah, I'm pixelated, but I'm coming hopefully in both of your ears. So
Indeed you
I'm
are.
sure, yes, that you hopefully are doing that.
Yeah. So Lollipop Girl, we are three of us tonight, and this is like a joint effort now because we're dropping like flies. Mark's wife has been ill, Greg's son has been ill, and he's been smit with allergy as well. Phil is doing Phil things. Richard is doing
filthy things.
Yeah,
Filthy things.
Rich things.
Filthy things.
Gary's
Basketballing.
he's vacant.
Gary's just Gary.
Yeah. So
Gary's never here.
so
We should fire him.
Yeah. He'll be used to it.
You should just take a vote now, you know.
So it's all been through together very, very
No.
quickly. Forgive my pixelated look. It's my 8-bit look this week. So what can you do? So here, Nicole, you do your thing.
All right,
Let's go and have a bit of a
I'm
show.
going to do my thing.
and enjoy. You know.
Yeah, let's do my thing. Well, no, let's not do my thing.
Okay.
Let me do. Never
Well,
mind. I'm just going to start talking.
Oh, whatever you need to do. I mean,
Not about my thing. So, we broadcast weekly on Sundays at 9 p.m. in the UK, 1 p.m. West Coast, 4 p.m. East Coast, and 3 p.m. Central because Central rocks!
damn right.
We broadcast live on Twitch TV, so twitch.tv/OC Podcast, and mixer.com/OC Podcast, and youtube.com/OC Podcast. We are now all /OC Podcast, thanks to Mark. We have a Podbean follower, new one. Didn't we do that one last time? Yeah, starting 01. So now we have the lovely things of our birth, called a birthday. You know, the day your birthday suit. And turning 3 or 4 years old is Jason Johnson on Saturday the 15th.
Oh, very good. Very, very good. Happy birthday, Jason. You're a good lad. And I think this man here could sing you something nice.
Happy birthday to you.
That's enough.
I'm
Happy
so
birthday
glad y'all
for
don't
next
have
Saturday,
my
Jason.
birthday recorded. Because remember when I sang for Chris? Oh my God.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah, but
moving on. So, since you are talking, Robin, why don't you tell us what's going on in your world?
oh my goodness, what's going on in my world?
It's story time, by the way.
Oh yeah, let's do that story time thing.
Everyone here loves story time, our favorite time of the day.
Okay, I am afflicted with children. Children
Oh,
friggin'
no.
everywhere. Like, even today, it wasn't such a bad day today. I mean, I got some gaming in, but that was sort of not what I really wanted to do. I wanted to come out here today for 2 hours, only 2 hours, just set aside 2 hours Sunday afternoon to come out, and I need to edit video from my summer holidays. I've still got tons and tons to do to put together, and it's nice. You know, this time of year, bit of warmth to think about the sun. But I needed to look after this one and that one and feed this one and do this thing and it just, you know what? No time. I love them, but I am glad to be out here with my other family tonight, because as mad as this is and as crazy as this is, it's a wee bit of a break from that as well. So
yeah, but you got like 50 kids. So.
Yeah,
exactly.
54.
And the wee one is the cutest little thing on earth.
Okay. Well, we'll talk about Jazzy Jeff. Jazzy Jeff is slow. She's developing slower than other kids would. Okay, so she is behind. But big things happened this weekend. For the first time ever, and you've seen it seconds after, or maybe a few minutes after it happened, she started to wave. A floppy wave, which was lovely, you know, waving, and I have that put down to us, but mostly the Teletubbies, because they're very, very good at teaching little ones. And the second thing she started to do yesterday was clapping her hands, which is the cutest thing ever. So so she's nice. She is behind. You know, she's now coming 8 months old, so she should really be at this. Just watching the internet connection, Nicole, in the corner, and it is going amber red. So, ain't great.
I told you. It was shit.
I ain't great. I mean, am I, sorry, I will cut this out. Am I twitchy or crappy or is it?
You were, but I understood
just a little, but not bad.
No, it's been
you got the point across. You're
okay, so
lost your child.
No. I'm just saying, just the connection is not. It's not dropping. I don't know if it's just because you're hosting or what. I don't know, but hey, we'll motor on through. Now, one of the nice things with the kids was we're a wee bit late in the day, but we this elf thing has taken over our kids, and the elf on the shelf. So this is a big thing in the UK. Yeah, I don't know if you have it in the States there, but the elf on the shelf. So
my God, it's been a huge thing for not couples.
Well, depends on your elf, I guess.
And with the elf on the shelf started last night. Most people have started beginning of December. We've only started it last night. So you've seen the photograph of the elf in the box of chocolates, and it had sort of like eating lots of chocolates. So, and that's now every friggin' night we have to come up with something. And I want it to be a little vicious elf. So yeah, I'm maybe gonna put some other dolls in the oven and melt them slightly, and have the elf sitting in front of the oven. I don't know. I've given Charlie the job of actually doing it. So we'll see what I go into tonight and see what it's like. And the last thing that I've done, tomorrow evening, I'm going to pick up a nice new amp for my vinyl records, and I went for an old new amp with the original, you know, the old glass tubes that light up, the glowing tubes, and they're visible. So that's going to be a nice thing.
That's called steampunk.
Okay.
It's steampunk style.
I'm telling you, it's what it said. It's quite a few £100. That's what I fucking tell you it is.
But it's really cool. The picture you showed us was amazing, and I would have totally got that. I have a Victrola.
Right.
With the inside the case kind of thing, and it's the old school style, but it has the CD player, and you can stick an SD card in there. It does a thumb drive, and obviously plays records. So, yeah, your record collection, I'm going to warn you now, is going to become a very bad habit.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I used to have a massive record collection, and I left it all behind long before Judith. I was going out with a psycho bitch from Scotland. Sorry for using the term, but that's the best way to describe her. And I left with my...
Is she similar to the psycho bitch we met when we were at the restaurant? Remember that psycho bitch?
No, not just as bad as that. No, but we're not going into it now. But I left with my Irish red setter and my computer, and left with, and just to, have the house. And I was happy to get away with my life. But what I did leave behind was a massive record collection. And at the time it was okay. But now, yeah, I'd love to have some of that vinyl again. So it's very interesting. Like Phil is a collector of vinyl, but it's a very niche what Phil collects. He collects game soundtracks on vinyl. I mean, that's a thing now. I mean, how niche?
Yes.
How
yeah.
niche can you get? And what was the one that you was showing? One of those that retro games, all in purple.
Oh,
You showed last night photographs of it.
Dragon. Blood Dragon. Was it
Blood
Dragon?
Yeah. Blood Dragon, and it looks brilliant. Now I do have, I have where is it there? Yeah, Mafia 3. So I won that at auction at EGX not last year, the year before, and I have the full book with the vinyl the soundtracks on vinyl, 2 or 3 different records. So I'm looking forward to playing that. So yeah, and do you know what? Apart from that, it's a nice piece of furniture, Nicole. It is a lovely looking thing. So that's going to sit in the cinema room, just beside it, and the turntable, and that'll be it. And that'll be nice over Christmas time to listen to some old vinyl. Finally, I want to just mention what I've been watching a wee bit this week. Phil and I rattle on about this thing called The Marvelous Miss Maisel. It's the second series now on Amazon. It is absolutely brilliant. The writing in it is fantastic. The synopsis is she is, I suppose she's a comedian, okay, and it's before or just after women had rights in America and New York. A lot of them, they were the little, in the 50s, the wife stayed at home and tied to the sink, and the man provided everything, and definitely there weren't.
You mean that's changed?
And,
no, I'm just kidding.
and there weren't women comedians as such, or they were definitely very stereotyped dyke as it was portrayed, but she is this proper fancy woman, nicely dressed with family, but she's got a filthy mouth, and she's very, very funny. Anyway, the writing in this is fantastic.
Definitely need to watch that. Me and Kim do.
The writing in it is fabulous. The acting in it is fabulous. There's a great cast. It's on the second series. Watch it. It's really, really, really good. Really good. So watch it. That's good. And that's what I've been doing. Kids, Elf on the Shelf, buying tubes, and watching a bit of telly.
You need to Google the Elf on the Shelf porn. It's hilarious.
Oh my God.
All it is those stupid elves on the shelf in very odd positions with Barbie and other stuffed animals. It's hilarious.
That's my sort of
They
thing.
showed up on Pinterest when I was looking for Elf on a Shelf on Pinterest back in the day, and I'm like, okay, people are really bored if they're doing this. But anyway, Kim, what's going on in your neck of the woods?
Actually, not a whole heck of a lot. It's actually been a very quiet week, which I'm a little scared of, because that means this week could be terrible or really awesome. I don't know. Oh well, there is one thing. I'm real happy with FedEx right now. I get my dog food and cat food through Chewy, their little website. They'll deliver your cat food, dog food, whatever.
Chewy?
Yeah, Chewy. And FedEx was supposed to have it here like Wednesday, and of course they didn't because of Bush's funeral, because I think everything was shut down for that. And I'm still sitting here waiting. Usually it takes like 2 days to get here. Yeah, I have a feeling it won't be here till like a week from now. So I'm a little aggravated about that. I'm this close to sending an angry email to FedEx and Chewy to say, okay, where's my shit? My animals are starving to death. Where the hell is their food? What the hell's going on here? But
I'm like, I just ordered books, and I ordered them. I ordered two copies because I found out one of my coworkers, their friend is the author, and it's about the Space and Rocket Center here locally. The books came early, so I'm thinking I got your good juju on the shipping.
Apparently, yeah, because I ordered a couple of shirts online, and they went through the postal service, and they actually got here before FedEx. So I'm thinking, maybe they should have just sent it through the postal service. I don't know how they would have handled like 60 pounds full of cat food, but I don't know. I'm sure it would have got here. So
60 pounds? That's like a small person.
Yes, yeah, it is. Got to keep the cats happy.
How many cats do you have?
Well, these are like the outside barn cats, so I have a few. I don't know.
And as a farm person, my grandmother had a farm. Those kind of cats are extremely necessary.
Yes. I don't know. I've got 8 or 9 probably. So, you know, that's not bad because at one time I think I had up to like 20 at one time or another. So, but I think people drive by here and like throw them out in my yard because they're like, Kim will take care of them. So, it's kind of like people do with their children. No, I'm kidding. But no, other than FedEx not showing up when they're supposed to, it's been quiet here and it's been nice. My Christmas tree is still sitting in the box it was delivered in because, yeah, I don't know, I can't be asked. So maybe next week I'll get around. I'll put my tree up and not quite look like Grinch, but we'll see. So yeah. Other than that, that's about it.
So
how about you there, Nick?
All your everybody's trees up now and stuff like that there. Yeah, all decorated and all done and.
Nope.
My tree is up.
Mine's not. Mine's in the box.
It's got about 25, 30 ornaments on it because my kids got bored.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I was doing this morning, was playing rock and decorating the tree at the same time.
Hey, there you go.
No, not very easy because I cannot send troops and with one hand and hang something with the other.
Yeah, I understand that.
Because that is how I started off, and then I was like, Nicole, put the fucking phone down.
I'm just going to break open the feckin' and start drinking, and then I'm going to start decorating my tree and see how it turns out. You know?
Like right now?
Oh my God, please video that.
No.
Please video it.
No, not right now.
So
drinking the fucking whiskey.
Hey, we should actually, tackle the elephant in the room, Nicole. Or not the elephant.
We have an elephant?
Not the elephant in the room. Well, yeah. If there's a drunk elephant in your house, how do you know they're there? There's footprints in the butter. Like, Mrs. Lucy here. Did you see Lucy last week? That was quite funny. That was good. I was up to my levels there of wobbliness.
I was fine. I don't know what everybody was so excited about. Hey, at least I'm a happy drunk. That's just,
was fun. You weren't drunk.
Hey, you know what? It's your fault because I wouldn't have ever got it if you hadn't told me it was so damn good, and you weren't wrong. So.
It's funny. I was down with that customer. I'm doing business with him in the new year. Earlier on this week, and we were talking about you and where you got your fucking whiskey, because it's literally 200 yards from where the distillery is. And I've seen they were a bit worried because they changed the recipe slightly, and people were complaining, but they've went back onto it again, and so yeah, I really must actually go and visit the factory. I really must do that. It's a pity it's hard.
Would be nice.
It's a pity it's hard to post. Even posting bottles of stuff like this to England's a bollocks. Anyway, sorry, Phil. I'm drinking yours again.
Poor Phil. He'll never get any.
No. Well, he's a big man.
Phil doesn't. He's married. He's never going to get any.
Oh dear. Right. Okay, what do we do now, Nicole?
All right, so that's what, I didn't do anything either, so I'm just going to skip over me.
Okay.
Because I'm like, next week we'll be busy. It's parties and doctor's appointments and kid switching and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, it's that time
we
of year.
We did have a little family emergency, but I'm going to move on. I'm not going to discuss that because that actually involves the cops.
Yeah.
For reals. So, let's see. Let's talk games.
Okay.
Ooh.
All right.
I think we should talk games.
Is that what we
Alrighty.
talk? Games are good. I like games sometimes.
We all like
Sometimes I
games.
don't like games. Sometimes it takes an effort to like the games. Sometimes you
I
have
love
to.
you. Play the fucking jingle.
What jingle?
Play that fucking jingle.
Today I feel like playing computer games. Today I feel like playing computer games.
So, Kim, if you would like to discuss our monthly freebies.
Sure. Our monthly freebies. I swear I'm not
drinking.
I'm not even drinking. It's starting already. Our monthly freebies for the Xbox One are Cube 2, which is out now to the end of the month. Never Alone, which will be out the 16th through January 15th. And Race for the Sun is still out till the 15th. So if you haven't picked it up yet, do so now. On the 360, which is also backwards compatible, we have Dragon Age 2, which is out now through the 15th, and Mercenaries Playground of Destruction out the 16th through the 31st. Scrolling down. For your PlayStation Plus, we have Onrush for the PS4, Soma for the PS4, Steriden for the PS3. Scrolling down some more because there's a big gap there. Steins Gate for the PS3, Iconoclast for the PS Vita, which is also cross-buy with the PlayStation 4, and Papers, Please, also for the Vita. And next we have our Twitch Prime games, which are Hacknet Complete Edition, Poi, Smoke and Sacrifice, the SNK bundle with Baseball Stars 2, Fatal Fury Special, Metal Slug 2, Pulse Star, and Samurai Showdown 2. There's a lot of twos in that one. Anybody notice?
They can't count past that.
Not too much.
Apparently not.
Unless they're Call of Duty.
Yeah, right.
Battlefield.
Yep. And then sometimes I don't think they know how to count right. But anyway, those are your free games for this month. So, go get them, Tiger.
Tigers.
Oh.
Tigers.
Oh.
Yes, and we'll be adding to this soon, and that's something we're going to discuss in the news. But in the time, Kim, let's see.
Yes.
Okay, now I'm going to start with Robin simply because I want to know, are these gardens lady gardens or regular gardens?
I thought that was coming.
Well, because I mean that I didn't even know that was a thing until it was explained to me by another British person that it's called your lady garden.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's what because I'd done a stream of this earlier on this week, and it was Lady Gardens, my Lady Gardens I was streaming. So okay, so the Gardens Between, I have it on the stream right now. It is, it's gorgeous, it's lovely. I played this at EGX, and Phil and I played it together, and kind of thought this looked to one of my favourite looking games, or most interesting looking games at the show, and it turns out that it is. It is about this guy and this girl, young teenage, mid-teens sort of thing, and they're in their little clubhouse in a little tree house in between two houses. So it's a garden in between two houses. I have finished this game today, completed it, and this morning I went back and 1,000 gamer scored it. It's not often I do that, but this one I've done it. And there's probably probably 4 or 5 hours, maybe at most. So I've done it in sort of 2 sittings. The idea it is, and there's no big spoilers. You go around these little islands, and you can rewind time forwards and backwards and manipulate some things on the island to proceed forward. And generally, it's a little small island in the middle of the sea, or a memory. And these islands, you think these are memories that these kids had, or things that they did when they were kids in the treehouse. In the garden, the adventures, the things, the imaginations that they had. And the idea is you work your way around the island to the top, and you drop this little memory globe into a thing, and then you move on to the next little island, or the next little memory, whether it be the time that they watched movies all night long, or the time that they played video games, or the time that they pigged out on popcorn and had a food fight. Lots and lots of memories that come along all the way through. Nothing violent. There's no shooting in it. There is no talking in it. It's beautiful music, and it's a lovely, lovely art style. Not dissimilar to Figment that I played quite recently. And I've just loved this. And at the end of it, there you get a nice payoff of why they're there, because they look a little bit too old to be in the treehouse anymore. They've maybe grown up a little bit now, and they're just reviewing, what happened to them, while they were there living next door to each other. I don't want to give it away because it's not that long, but it's nice. It's lovely. So, and if you're in your...
Where did you play this? What did you play this on?
On the Xbox. So it's in the Xbox Game Pass, and it's just been put in the Game Pass, and so it's free with your Game Pass. So I thoroughly recommend playing this little game. Not a lot of your time. Lovely little puzzle platformer. There was one puzzle, which was maybe 2, which were far too friggin' obscure. They was just, what is this? There's no way I'll ever get that. And there was one time I went to YouTube to get a wee hint. But the majority of them, you don't have to be... what was that game that clever guy wrote with all the puzzles? And yeah, the guy that wrote Braid. And he'd done this puzzle one earlier on last year, that was... You had to write things down and look at them backwards in a mirror and all that. There's none of that. It's not too taxing. It's just an enjoyable, gentle experience with lovely, lovely music and lovely, lovely graphics. So I would recommend playing that. That's nice. Between the Gardens. And even better still, you don't have to throw any money at it if you're in the Game Pass. What a fantastic thing.
Indeed. Yeah, I downloaded it because you said it was so good, so we'll see.
Yeah. Yeah, so you want to talk about some stuff, or will I keep going?
No. Well, I mean, she played one game, you played two.
Okay.
I played one. So
okay.
There's not a lot going on.
It's been a busy week.
Yeah, it's been. I mean, I didn't have anything to report that was really cool, but it has been a very busy week as far as kids go. So I'll let you go on, Kim. Do your Red Dead, and then we'll go back with Bongo and his Lego, and then I'll finish up.
Alrighty. Yeah, I played some more Red Dead. I saw an article where they said if you played the online between, whenever it started, and what was it, Thursday or Friday? Anyway, if you played the online, they were going to give you gold and money and stuff. And I thought, I haven't started yet, so maybe I'll do that. And I don't know if I played enough online to actually qualify, but that's what I did. I started the online. Because actually what happened was I started it, got my character all made up, and went to talk to the woman you're supposed to go talk to, and then you're supposed to go see the horse thief. Well, when I got to the horse thief, I didn't realize I was going to have to play with randoms, and I stopped. So, yeah, I don't know if I actually got it. But anyway, from what little I've played of it so far, it seems all right, which isn't much, so take that for what you will. Other than that...
No. You're going back.
Okay.
Did you not pay attention last week?
No, I didn't, obviously.
When we said no, you were too busy drinking.
Yes.
That was one of the things that went on for like 10 minutes was them discussing the fact that they had to play with randoms. Greg talked about playing with randoms.
Well, I thought he had, but I couldn't remember, and so I have to go and do that next time. But like, it was late at night, and I think it was either, I don't know if it was the Xbox or the PlayStation, because I played it on both. And one guy jumped on there, and he was like breathing heavily into his microphone, and it freaked me out because it was like midnight, and I'm like, I don't know what he's doing, but I don't really want to know. So
I thought I was muted. Sorry.
Like, you weren't, and it was weird, and I felt uncomfortable. So, yeah.
Your introvert came out huge at that moment.
I was like, okay, this is weird. I'm gonna leave now, So anyway, next week I'll have to fire it up again and see if I can't get past it, or like jump in a party by myself, and then that way I don't have to hear the dude with the heavy breathing in the microphone. That's a little creepy. So I should be past that by now, you'd think, after all the years of gaming, but it's still a little weird. Other than that, I guess that's about it. I haven't had to run into Micah. Oh, funny story. I got a bounty on my head, thanks to asshole Micah. I go into Valentine to the sheriff's department, or the sheriff's office, whatever, to see if I could pay my bounty off so I'm not wanted. So I go in there, the deputy's in there, he kind of ignores me, and I thought, well, that's weird, because you'd think he'd want to either arrest me or whatever, and he didn't. So I talk to the woman that is still in the jail that I arrested for bounty hunting, and talk to her for a little bit. The sheriff comes in, and we're talking, and he doesn't do anything, so I'm getting ready to leave the office, and I guess I bumped him or something, because the next thing I know, he's pulling his gun out, pointing it at me, and he's like, we can resolve this peacefully, or it can be a shootout. And I'm like, wait, what did I do? And I'm thinking, wait,
you're working hard.
Yeah,
that's
right.
What we're doing.
I'm thinking, well, maybe my bounty has finally kicked in, and he's figured it out. Now he's wanting me to either pay it or spend time in jail or whatever. 'Cause I have $10 to my name. My bounty is like $200. I'm gonna have to stay in jail, or I guess they're gonna have to shoot the shit out of me, and I'm gonna have to die and start over. I don't know. One or the other. And anyway, so he does this, and I'm like, yeah, no problem. I'll go to jail, no big deal. So I go to jail, come back out, I'm still fucking wanted. So I don't know what the problem with the sheriff was, but apparently I bumped into him, stepped on his toe, pissed him off. I don't know, but he took $9. So I have $1 to my name and a $200 bounty on my head. So yeah, that's my adventure in Red Dead.
If you
2.
do get arrested now, and you can't pay the fine, do you stay in jail for 10 minutes or something?
Yeah, well, like a couple of days or something. I don't know how long for sure, but that's what they said. If you can't pay the bounty, they will arrest you, throw you in jail, and you'll spend a certain amount of time in jail, and then they'll let you out, and you're fine. So that's what I was thinking they were going to do. But apparently I'm not wanted in Valentine, so... Because I was thinking in Red Dead, the first one, you could turn yourself in anywhere because the bounty followed you, and they would wipe it off your record, and that would be it. Apparently, I've forgotten, or they've changed it, because I turned myself in at Valentine, or tried to, and I'm still fucking wanted. So I guess I'm going to have to head back to Strawberry, and hopefully when I step into town, they don't shoot the hell out of me.
I wonder if you can get
sneak in at night and just aim for the jail?
Well, that's what I'm thinking. I'm going to have to wait and go in late at night and sneak around the town and see if I can find a drop-off spot somewhere and leave my horse outside of town so they don't shoot and kill it, because that would be sad. So, you know.
Sarah says do some side missions to get some cash.
Yeah, I'm going to have to do a lot of side missions. I might have to pimp poor Arthur out for some side missions because, like I said, I have $1.50. So.
You're pimping out what? Who?
Arthur, that's the guy in the game is Arthur Morgan. So I may have to
pimp him out. Okay.
Yeah, pimp. Not me, because it's not going to do him any good.
No,
but,
I just got a little confused. It's okay. Yeah. I was reading Sarah's chat, or the chat. Oh Lord.
But
Maybe I should be drinking.
I know, right? So yeah, that's my my fun in Red Dead, and apparently I've heard from some other people Micah kind of fucks up some more. So I'm really not looking forward to that. I may have to kill the guy before it's over. I have a feeling, and I might be happy about it.
Okay, so has anybody just killed Micah right off the bat?
I wanted to when I went to get him out of jail. I was ready to see him hang, but no, they wouldn't let me. So
damn.
All right.
Then.
Yep.
So Robin, Lego Star Wars: The Force Awakens. What's going on in the space world now? Because we've gone from the Wild West and we're
right.
fast forward into space here, and then we're going to go back to the medieval times.
Well, it is the Wild West all again. Again, it's one of those things. I know I have Red Dead sitting there, and I watch on the WhatsApp group and Twitter about the great stories that people are having, and it's one of those things where I want more time to commit. I've said it last week, and I didn't have a lot of time, and it's funny the way I've changed the Xboxes around. Here beside me now is my Scorpio with a big hard drive in it, and the one in the house which was originally out here, is the standard 500 gigabyte one. How can people survive on a 500 gigabyte machine?
I don't know. You got me.
It sucks.
And I
have a 1 terabyte, and it sucks. And
I was going to try and buy a new hard drive for the second Xbox One on Black Friday, but they didn't come down that much, and I've left it. And well, I'm leaving it for a while. But because it was sort of stuff out here for the kids that was family friendly, and Star Wars: The Force Awakens was on it, and I'd bought it originally when it came on offer, and it had I think it was like 10 quid for everything, all the extra content, all the stuff, and I did play it to the end when it came out, and I thoroughly enjoyed the game itself. But I went back, and there's so much extra story stuff that's been there that I've started to play a bit yesterday or the last few days. I played with one of the boys today, and they're just such good little games. Just you get a giggle out of them. They're beautifully drawn. It's Lego. You know what it is. You know what you're getting.
Mm-hmm.
And there's something very therapeutic about getting that little gold bar filled up with all the studs, and it goes Ultimate Jedi or whatever it is, and thinking, okay, now I've done that bit, I can go on and do the rest of the level. And finding the little secrets, and it's funny, and yeah, you can dip in and out of it. It's lovely. I like it. I like that game, and for $10, there's just so much content to it. I feel like picking up actually a new Lego game, but I don't know. There's
I love the Lego game.
Yeah, they're great. They're really good.
They're fun, and I like all the little Lego noises. I don't know.
And with the
They're
Star Wars land,
They're well done.
So you can shoot an Ewok.
All right.
So yeah, that's what I've been doing. And you,
Shooting Ewoks?
And what about yourself, Nicole? Have you played anything?
Still playing Rise. I have now. I think I have issues. I now have 5 characters.
No boy.
Yeah. Well. So latest and greatest in Tikal is that there is no more CN. So those two factions that were there are no longer. It is now just one. You are either WIB affiliated or you are dead. That's pretty much it. So that's no fun. It's fun, but no fun.
How many people are in your clan now?
There's 71 or 2 in that particular one. The other one in the New Kingdom has 50, maybe.
Wow.
Yeah. So, and it's part of Knights of the Lion. So that group is 5 or 6 different clans, maybe 7, all grouped together. And we have one main person and then several leaders that work with that one person and get things done. So it's interesting. And it's fun to watch one group take out another group, and then this 3rd or 4th group show up for the party and continue to help take out. And it's like these people don't know what to do. They're running around. You see all these little soldiers running around. We've done it so many times because Kim is in the Tikal Kingdom with me. We've done it so many times. It's hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
We'll go attack somebody, and then one of our sister clans will show up and they'll attack somebody, or vice versa. Or we build territories around to protect each other. I mean, it's an interesting game. There's a lot of strategy, a whole lot of diplomacy. So you definitely need to be diplomatic or send out those weird letters that I send out.
That works. Better than the letters we're getting now.
There is one person that's in the New Kingdom that we're probably just going to end up raising because they won't move. And we're tired of it. So they're gone. I mean, that's just all there is to it. Their whole clan is gone anyway, and they're just being an ass. So I sent them a message in Spanish, got nothing, and sent them. Well, because there's no Spanish. Espanol.
A vegetable message?
Yes, I sent them carrots, spinach, and some cabbage, thinking maybe
throw some wilted lettuce,
Yeah, I was going for either salad or coleslaw and let them choose, but didn't go. It's no bueno. So, no, but because all their stuff was in Spanish, so I sent them a very badly Spanish written letter. We'll see how it goes. But, yeah, it's not much going on because the Old Kingdom is pretty much at a standstill till we can do Kingdom versus Kingdom. So we're just farming and building and farming, and it's boring.
Yeah.
Which is why I went to the New Kingdom. And, yeah, that's pretty much it. Seriously, there's not much going on in that world, so.
No.
So I think maybe spark things up a little bit. Maybe we should play a quiz. What do you think?
Woohoo!
All right, now everybody get settled. Get away from the windows. Now look, good. It's time for the quiz. Yeah, you know what? Oh, too bad.
Okay. Can I have like double points, triple points, or what? I need to stay ahead of Greg.
Robin? You're 12.
I need to stay
All
ahead
right.
of Greg.
So
I'd love to get
here's
past
the deal.
Mark because that would really, really be cool.
I'll tell you what. Just to piss Mark off.
Oh God.
Ooh, dear.
You will get 1 point for every single one you got today.
Mm-hmm.
and you better get them right.
Yes.
And I will give you 2 bonus points if you can get that stupid podcast out tonight. That's
Hey.
5 total points, which would tie you.
Did you know what commitment that is? You realize what time it is here when we finish and what time it takes to get it done? And do you realize how much
know.
editing and stuff I had to cut out of last week's show? Yeah.
What editing? All right, we're a fucking well-oiled machine.
And I'm not drinking, so hey.
Yeah.
You know.
And this is going to be a short show.
Although I probably should be.
At the quiz.
I want to.
So
I want to.
let's look at our leaderboard here.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Lucy, I'm going to look at the leaderboard. Kim has 20. She's in first place. All right?
Mm-hmm.
Mark. Lord have mercy. I hate that sound effect. I know it's me, too, but I still hate it. Mark has 17.
my fellow podcast family.
Mark keeps saying he was robbed. Mark doesn't show up for shows. This is what happens. Just saying. Although he does have a good excuse. So.
Yes.
Kind of feel a little bit bad for him. Robin has finally surpassed Greg. Oh no, has continued to surpass Greg.
Thank
My
you.
apologies, Robin.
Thank you.
And has 12.
He's,
And apparently he has big, beautiful tits.
he's coming up right behind.
Greg has 11 points.
Mm-hmm.
Phil with 5, which means he's beating Gary the Clunt, who has 4. And like I said last time, fuck Rich, he only has 2.
Oh, Rich.
Yes. So Kim, who seems to like it on top apparently. Lasso, we're number 1, 20.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you guys get your I love this. Nobody sees this, but in our show notes it says Kim who likes it on top and Rob who's not fussy where.
Sorry for a minute, I thought it said fuzzy whore. I'm like, wait, what?
Yes, no. Rob's a fuzzy whore.
Fuzzy whore.
All right.
That'll stick around.
Well, there.
What do you think, Mark?
There goes the
We
show,
just
folks.
lost all of our audience.
Hello,
after
my
saying
fellow
Rob was a fuzzy
family.
whore.
Oh, okay, Mark.
Poor Mark. Gosh darn it.
All right. So let's say who said it best. Our game of quotes. The quotes mainly come from video games, but can come from any other game-related source, including but not limited to movies, graphic novels, and fictional stories. After the quote and answer choices are read on the count of 3, or whatever. Give your answer in the show notes, either A, B, or C. All correct answers are worth 1 point. All right?
Yep.
So, this is... Okay, so let me address something real quick, because Mark likes to say I cheat and give Kim all the friggin' answers. I do this, 2 minutes before the show. So,
this week you did.
this is a Gears quiz, because, I love my Gears. So, quote number 1. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Fingers over A, B, or C. Quote number 1. Holy shit. So, who said it best? Dell or holy shit? Kate, Dell, or JD? I need your answers in
What?
Well.
3, 2, 1. All right. Kim said C, which was JD. And Robin the Fuzzy Whore said A, who is Kate. Well, since there's nobody here to pick B, I can tell you right now, B is not it. Actually, that's not true. They are all correct.
I was going to say.
Ah. I love these questions.
There is a C.
Everyone's a winner. What do you think of that, Mark?
Shit.
Hello,
Poor Mark.
podcast family.
I said Mark was going to be pissed about this quiz because when I Googled that particular quote, everybody came up. I was like, well, you can't get this one wrong. This ought to be fun. So, yes, it was JD, and yes, it was Dell, and yes, it was Kate. So, everybody gets a fucking point.
Except for Mark. Poor Mark.
Except for Mark, because he wasn't here. So, Number 2. Everybody do what I do, unless I die. Don't do that. Everybody do what I do, unless I die. Don't do that. Who said it best? Anthony Carmine, Clayton Carmine, or Gary Carmine? A. Anthony, B. Clayton, or C. Gary?
I think it's time for some of this.
I need your answers in 3, 2, 1. All right, we have an answer on the board. We have 2 answers on the board. All right, I'm going to tell you, out of all of the Carmines, there's only one that speaks. So it was not Clayton, and it was not Gary, because Gary's a clunt. Which makes it A. Anthony.
Yay! Kim.
I kind of had a little bit of a crush on Anthony and did not want him to die. I remember when that was such a friggin' uproar, and when they were trying to decide whether he should die or not in the game. Oh my God! So yes, Kim gets a point there. So Kim has now 2 points. Robin,
I'm not fuzzy whore.
You're a week away from her ass. All right, final one. Are y'all ready?
Sure.
Yep.
What?
Quote number 3. I'm more of a shoot than salute kind of guy.
Okay, so it's a guy.
I'm more of a shoot than salute kind of guy. Robin, shut up. Is it A, Uncle Oscar, B, Dell, or C, Baird? A, Oscar, B, Dell, or C, Baird? I need your answers in 3, 2, 1. Oh.
You got a big C. I had a small C in the last one. You got a big C. I'm envious of your big C.
Yeah, and I still have double D's. We're moving on. So, yes, Kim chose Baird.
Of course.
She has the hots for Baird.
I do indeed. Sad.
Rob chose Dell because he fucking doesn't pay attention.
No.
And the answer is A. Oscar.
I wondered.
Ah, well.
Yeah, he was not much on the cog. So, unfortunately, you get no points.
Oh, well.
You are awarded no points.
No soup for you.
That's right.
Okay.
But, Kim, you have 22 points. Mark, I don't think Mark's going to catch up before Christmas. Just saying.
Kiss me. I might let you catch me.
No. I'll punch you in the fucking face.
Thank you very much. Love it.
13. Get the big 3 up there. Lucky for some. 13. There you go. That's good.
So thank you all for playing. I do appreciate it.
Like that stuff.
Well, I figured you would like that one.
Here is the fucking news.
Yes, we are having a lot of slow news weeks, aren't we?
Well, it depends what you think about it. Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm going to let you, Robin,
have some fucking whiskey. Sorry about that thump. Yeah, I'm just going to have another.
Are you okay, Robin?
I'm going to have an inch. Okay, so this week the Game Awards, your man Keely's Game Awards again this week, and I'm always kind of in two minds about Game Awards. You know, is it paid for? Is it not paid for? And I think in this case, they did a breakdown in the news or some interview about how they actually chose people, and some of the public visit, and or some of the public choose from voting, and then also people from within the industry also have an input into it as well. And it's not fucking me, it's you, because it's your call coming through me, going back to you again. So don't start.
You always have shit internet.
No, I don't have good internet. And yeah, I think there was a bit of a case of if the press didn't like who was winning because it has been chosen by the public because it was popular and not good, they could override it. So that's a good thing and a bad thing. It is censorship, I suppose, but I suppose it stops Fortnite winning every friggin' thing, because Fortnite would win every single thing because it is popular, not necessarily good. You know, so
Yep.
you know, was it season 7, I believe, or season 8 is now out with Fortnite, and my kids have 2 boys have dropped another £8, $7.99 to buy the 1,000 V-Bucks, and they've came both and for that, not paid out of their pocket money, but yeah, so we've spent and I look back at the Xbox purchases, and since the end of September or beginning of September, I think they've spent about £40 each on Fortnite. And it's only on, it's not on skins, it's on these season passes, and they get them every 6 weeks or so, new season pass, and away they go again, another £8, $10, whatever it is. So.
Yeah, it's 10. Well,
anyway,
it's
Fortnite.
$11.04 with tax.
Fortnite. Anyway, so the Game Awards have came out, and I'm not going to go through them because I've got the whole list here of the winners and losers. But I think thankfully it wasn't all Fortnite. So, Game of the Year between Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Celeste, God of War, Marvel Spider-Man, Monster Hunter, Red Dead Redemption 2. A very worthy God of War from Sony Santa Monica won that as Game of the Year. And that's good. I think there's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. Best ongoing game, whatever the fucking category that is, Destiny 2, Fortnite, No Man's Sky, blah blah blah. Fortnite got it. The best narrative went to Red Dead Redemption 2. I don't think anybody's going to have a complaint about that, really. Yeah. And then art direction, best music again, Red Dead. Audio design, Red Dead. Best performance for Arthur Morgan, again Red Dead. So picked a lot up. Games for Impact, Celeste. I've heard a lot about this little game Celeste, and it picked that up. Best indie game as well, it picked that up too. And yeah, mobile games, VR, action games. Dead Cells, best action game. I don't know what Dead Cells is. So there's some of these things I need to go and have a look. You know, best action adventure game, God of War. Best role playing game. Monster Hunter World. Is it? Yeah, best fighter game, family game, Overcooked 2. Fair enough. Best multiplayer game, Fortnite. Sports stroke racing, which is FIFA 19, Forza, Mario Tennis, NBA 2K, and Pro Evolution Soccer. Nice to see Forza Horizon winning a sports game in that category against FIFA. Best multiplayer with Fortnite again. Yeah. Oh dear. So, and then it goes through esports and stuff that we don't get into. But you know, it's nice. I think they're getting more and more respectable every year. But I don't know. I would love to go to one, but you know what? It doesn't really matter. It is an inside track, and it's something, a sticker on the front of the box. And it must be nice.
It does look nice on the box when it says they won Game of the Year or whatever.
Yeah. Oh, it's nice, but I
still haven't. Go ahead.
I say it's a vehicle for your man to make his money. That's, you know, it's a business. That's a show to make money. You know, any of those big trade show type things, it's all about making money. So, anyway, it's nice. The gaming's more and more mainstream, and with stuff like that, it is good. So, you know, that's it. You know, I mean, Game of the Year, I don't think you'd pick anything else. I mean, I suppose Red Dead, God of War, Spider-Man, I think fell short of some people's expectations. What are the other big things that people thought this year was big, you know? Or what is we see? I mean, Forza, it was never going to win Game of the Year. It's fantastic, best racing game of its generation, but not going to win. It's not original enough. Yeah, there you go. Game Awards. Maybe we should have our own Game
Yay.
Awards.
All right. Also in the news is that Epic announced plans to introduce a developer-friendly digital distribution store that may or may not be competing with the current market leader, which is Steam. So the Fortnite developer had plans to make things easier for game creators, but has said little about how they plan to entice customers. We, as a group, surmised how they might do that, and we may get into that here in a minute, but we'll continue on with the facts because, we don't do fake news.
So what?
At the
So
Games
Nicole,
Awards,
what is this? Is this something like Game Pass for them or EA Access? Is this the idea here? Is this?
It sounds like it because when they were at the Game Awards, they tried to answer questions by announcing their upcoming slate of titles for their store. Some of the titles, which I'll give you a couple of them. Ashen by A44, Darksiders 3 by Gunfire, Hades by Supergiant Games, Hello Neighbor, which, didn't you play Hello Neighbor before?
No, it wasn't me, but I think it's very popular.
Maybe it was,
kids.
maybe. But Hello Neighbor Hide and Seek, Genesis Alpha 1, Journey, Maneater, Outer Wilds Pathless, Rebel Galaxy Outlaw, Satisfactory by Coffee Stain Studios. Now, I've heard of them before. Subnautica is on there, and Super Meat Boy is on there. Subnautica was very popular with my son. It frustrated the shit out of me. I'm not sure it's something I would be looking forward to, but that will be available for free starting the 14th.
I don't see you doing scuba that much, Nicole. So.
But the building aspect in Subnautica was what I liked.
Because
you had to create your own little
on and off,
underwater.
not a problem. You were okay with that.
Seriously, Robin?
The talcum powder helps. Talcum powder's good. A bit of that. It's
Yes, talcum powder does
but
help.
you'll be used to that.
I'm going to stick my snorkel up your ass in about 5 seconds.
It's a leather trousers, Gonna stick a snorkel up your ass and blow.
Oh dear.
I don't understand. So is this going to be? I don't understand here what this is. Is this a subscription service? Do you have to, like EA Access? You give them a tenner or whatever it is, 15 quid for a year, and you get.
But they never said they avoided the question.
Because there's other stuff. Because Ashen is now in the Xbox Game Pass for free. Well, with Game Pass, of course. This was part of their 100 or 120 odd games. So it's in there, and Phil had said something about that Subnautica was coming on Super Meat Boy. So I don't understand.
Yeah.
More information required.
But those are, like I said, they when they were asked the question, they avoided the question and just gave the list of games. So yours, I don't know. I mean, there's nothing. I'm surmising here, and you're going to have to do the same because they weren't specific. And
they didn't say a whole lot.
Yeah.
Purpose.
Now, there was a little note on this news thing that we have here that said that one of the most interesting things of one of the games is Journey. And Journey has never been released on anything apart from the PlayStation 3. So, does that mean I'll be able to
like
play?
I said, they're trying to compete against Steam, and Steam is pretty darn hard to beat, and because it's been around forever and very popular.
Yeah.
So they're going to have to pull little magical unicorns out of their ass like Journey.
Oh, I've got my avatar on Xbox now, sitting on a unicorn. Pink fluffy unicorn. Anyway.
No.
But will Journey be playable on other things then? Is Journey going to be on PC? Because it's never been before, or Xbox. I don't. It's a fantastic ponderance.
Yes, it remains to be seen, and hopefully these asshats will give us information.
Now, there was other things that happened sort of at that show as well. There was, which was the release of Anthem Beta, or the Alpha, and our glorious leader, who is not here. God bless me, fell asleep. So I hear, has been playing the Alpha for Anthem. So I'm interested next week to hear about that and how that goes with people. Did any of you touch on Anthem or look at it or get into that Alpha? No.
No.
No, I think he's the only one out of the entire group of us that got in there. So I also cannot wait to hear what he says.
That looks interesting.
Okay.
So continuing on with the news for those who play Ubisoft games.
Sorry, Nicole. The article there, it says just Subnautica is going to be available for free between December 14th, 27th and Super Meat Boy between.
Which I said.
Did you say that? Sorry,
you weren't paying attention.
I was just. I was completely focused on the snorkel up my ass, but I haven't got past that yet.
Well, I can understand why, yeah. You feel uncomfortable.
Do you know the little fish from Finding Nemo? The one that goes puffer fish? But when he gets nervous, he goes poof. It's just imagine.
Yes.
Yeah, well, you were blowing up my snorkel and I went out like a puffer fish.
No. No.
Boy.
It's a fantasy island. Can you tell them in Fantasy Island? Welcome to Fantasy Island. What is your fantasy?
My fantasy is for you to be quiet. Zip it. Stop drinking. Oh my God. That is my fantasy right now.
Thank you very much. Love it.
Carry on.
No, I don't love it. No. So anyway, back to Ubisoft.
Okay.
For those who play Ubisoft games,
awkward.
Even though this is not happening immediately, it's something to look out for. Oh my God, you two girls need to stop giggling. Beginning April 1st of 2019, so that just gives you a few months because 2019 is right around the corner. Club units you earn as a Ubisoft player, either through your gaming experience or through purchases in the Ubisoft store, will expire in 2 years from the date of acquisition. Ooh. Meaning if you have 2-year-old, like something that's like 15 years old sitting in your account because you've been playing Ubisoft games since day one, you're going to lose that shit as of April 1st.
I'll have to look into that because I don't know.
Yeah. So it says, don't worry, you have until March 31st. So not even on April 1st, but as of March 31st to spend those club units you've acquired. So on or before March 31st, and from now until April 1st, new rewards will regularly become redeemable with the units. So the old program and the new program will be working together. Those credits will be able to be used, and anything that you haven't used that was the old style credits will just disappear as of April 1st. So if you have them, I think I started getting those right around Assassin's Creed era. And so I don't know what to do with them, so I never do anything with them.
Well, if you got them, spend them. Yeah. So any points you have, just spend them. That's the idea in that Ubisoft store. So get their free backgrounds.
I mean, that's pretty much how that's working out.
No big loss, I don't think.
Yep.
I used them because we play the Rainbow Six Siege stuff together, and I think I've used them in the game for little shit to hang off my gun or a skin or whatever. So, but I think that pretty much sums up the news. Okay. I should do my little, here we go. That's it.
Over to you. Scuba.
Oh my God, with the scuba. Never mind. I'm just going to let this go. So, we would like to have community questions and feedback.
We have a wonderful speak pipe.
You can comment how much Robin interrupts.
I was gonna say, did we play the speak pipe from last week?
No, and we're not going to play it this week either. We've discussed it. He gave the synopsis, didn't he?
No.
Are you gonna play it, Robin?
It's up to you. You're the host, Nicole.
It's somebody whining about. No, they're not whining. They were asking about horses, and we discussed the horses. We're good. We're moving on. I don't have a fucking horse. My original horse, my true horse, like an actual horse that I bought in Texas, Flash Foxy of Triton. Moving on.
Wow.
So,
I'm
send us a SpeakPipe, email, Facebook us, Twitter us, beat the shit out of Robin, Discord, which is not a thing. I don't care what anybody said. No.
Supposed to be the
It is a
future.
thing.
You know.
We use it for rock.
We do that.
Make fun of DB.
No, that's fun too. You know.
Love DB. He's a good egg.
Okay.
Yes. Did we do the? Yeah. No. Now we got to do new releases.
Oh boy.
Big list.
Crap.
And there's a big list.
Oh my
I'm telling you,
God.
I'll be here a while.
Oh, Kim, get on that. It's gonna take you forever.
Ever and ever and ever.
Yeah.
Alrighty, our new releases for December 8th through the 15th are Earth Defense Force 5 for the PS4 on December 11th. See, I have the same thought. Insurgency Sandstorm for the PC on the 12th, and that's already releases.
Maybe you should read them twice.
My
just in
dog, I
case.
love her little bark.
Oh dear, is that it really?
It's like a little woo.
That's it. And there's only
That's it. Yeah.
Next list is even bigger.
It's funny, this list. I mean, this list we get from.
because I almost put it on for this week.
There are so many more that do come out, but they don't meet. Must clarify or get onto the Game Informer list. They mustn't be big enough.
I'm thinking so because I know last week we had a bunch of them that came out that weren't on last week's list. So I'm like,
Yeah.
So we may have to start looking at other lists, maybe.
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 Yep. So, play dates. Let's talk about playing together. And we're not going to talk about scuba-ing together. If that's a thing. But, reach out to us. You want to play a game? You want one of us to play with you? Feel free to reach out. We don't bite. We nibble. No biting. Just a little nibbling.
Gently.
We have several things that are ongoing. Wednesdays, 9 p.m. in the UK. You can play with Robin. If you want to play with him.
And that's a delight.
A little Forza. Y'all do the Forza thing, right? A little.
No, anything. Really, anything.
Whatever. Whatever your Forza shit is. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's anything? Okay.
Yeah, whatever
yes,
can play, we just join
anything. Wednesdays, 9 p.m. UK. Play with Robin. You can play Rise of Civilization. We've changed from the OC Pod Alliance to something else, but still, reach out to me. I will get you in one alliance or another, and we'll play and enjoy and
make sure she puts you in the fun alliance because right now I'm in the one that's not fun and I wouldn't suggest it.
It's
Well,
gonna be
Flintstone.
fun again, maybe.
I hope so.
God, I hope so too.
I hope we get rid. Never mind. I'll shut up in case it gets out. Anyway.
Also ongoing, we have this absolutely fabulous contest that I'm going to let Robin talk about called Victory Achieved.
Indeed.
Yeah, send a tweet. and finish something. That's a game thing. And draw money.
Oh my God, Robin, I'm so kicking your ass.
Victory achieved. What is it? Okay, look, victory achieved. For people that are new listening to the podcast tonight, we encourage you to finish your games. You've bought them, finish them. Because the stories are good. Like me this week finishing The Lady Gardens Between Your Legs. And I finished that, and what I did was I took a photograph with the credits going up and behind me. And I sent that tweet off to @OC_podcast with a hashtag victory achieved. And what we do, when I get that in, I copy the tweet and, and write it up again and put some pithy comment beside it sometimes. And we enter you into a draw. And once every 3 months, we draw that out and people win money, $20 or 15 quid for buying a new game. And we get it in whatever way you want, XBL, Steam, PSN, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't really matter. And the next time we're going to do a draw will be at the end of the year. So for a year, you could be one of our winners. So people that finished games this week, Caliburn M, he finished Saboteur. Now that's a really old game. It was Xbox 360 days at set in Paris, I think it was. It was sort of under the radar. I never finished it, but it was very interesting. Mr. Killer Cranky, hello. Red Dead Redemption 2, that's people ticking this off nicely. And Paul PG Tips, he finished Pyre. And he also finished Burly Men at Sea.
Lucky bastards.
And I know that will tickle you too, Pink. I wonder if he did the extra DLC.
Oh, yeah.
The scuba DLC for that one. And I finished The Gardens Between. So, yeah. That's...
And you look like a cat when you did it. So
yeah, I did. Yeah.
Bungo the cat.
Bungo the cat.
Yeah.
So that's what happens. You just finish your games, you get entered into your prize draw, and you could win some prizes. And when you do that, our glorious and wonderful leader does this for you.
You all have a victory's achieved. Victory's achieved. You have one. A victory's achieved.
Oh, poor little Greg. And that's what victory achieved is, Nicole. How are you? You good? Do you come here often?
Color me impressed.
Color me bad.
I'm good. I'm sober, unlike the two of you.
Hey, I'm sober. I'm drinking soda, so you know.
Sober.
It's fine.
Okay.
You are so full of shit.
What?
What color are your eyes, Robin? Seriously, what color are your eyes?
Hazel.
What color are your eyes, Robin?
Hazel.
It's not a hard question.
Hazel.
What?
Hazel.
Okay, so you're about 1.5 quarts low because you're dishing out too much shit.
Oh.
Burn.
You are drunk. I like drunk Robin, though. He's funny. Regular Robin, not so much.
No.
I have been thrown out of better places than this.
Just kidding.
Right, let's get this out of here. Let's get closed up and go home. Because I have editing to do, because I want those extra 2 points.
Yep.
She's all about those 2 points. Telling you.
2 extra points. All right, then. Be a part of the conversation as we broadcast weekly on twitch.tv/OC Podcast, mixer.com/OC Podcast, and youtube.com/OC Podcast. At 9 p.m. in the UK, 1 p.m. on the West Coast, 4 p.m. East Coast, 6 p.m. on Easter Island, because we know we have a huge following there. And 7 a.m. in Melbourne, Australia. And I'm sure I said that wrong because I said born, because I'm thinking of the game. Anyway, iTunes and Stitcher, as well as YouTube reviews are all welcome. So tell us what you really think. Be nice, though, because I might cry. And let's see, OC Podcast Club, because we got clubs coming out of our wazoo. OC Podcast Club on Xbox One, OC Podcast Community on PS4, OC Podcast Group on Steam, and the OC Podcast server on Discord, which is discord.ocpod.com.
And that's the future.
Yes, it is the future. I think we got a little audio.
You like us, we like you. See where I'm going with this? Follow us on Twitter at OC_podcast. Check us out on Facebook, fb.ocpod.com, or email us, podcast@ocpod.com. We'd love to hear from you.
Mm-hmm.
That was schmaxy.
That was something.
Yeah, we'll go with that. That was something. I'm gonna be drinking up. No, I've got to work tomorrow.
Oh.
Yeah. So, yes, you can find us pretty much anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Reach out. I wouldn't say touch someone because Robin might like that. So just reach out.
It's not me. It's
Speaking
you.
of Robin, why don't you give us our shout out?
Yeah, you can get me at Bongo the Sane and bongosbits.com and Bongo the Sane on Xbox and blah 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 and lots of places. If you ever wanted to talk about fostering and you're in the UK, my wife and I can put you in touch with the right people to do that. It's that time of year. You got a bit of space in your house? You ever thought about doing it? You look at me. I'm such an upright citizen. Yeah, but if you're ever interested in that, seriously, and you want to have a chat, maybe you have a space in your house and your partner or you or whatever want to do that, yeah, contact me at Bongo the Sane and or send me a private PM and I can put you in touch with my wife and she can talk sensibly to you about fostering. So there you go. That's it, Kim.
Alrighty.
Oh, and Greg. Sorry,
Our
and Greg.
yes.
Blah, blah, blah. Greg and Mark. There. Kim. Carry on. Sorry.
Alrighty. I want to shout out our shatters, who I'm assuming there's at least a couple of them that I know are actually people. So anyway, we had Energy Z Bot, Positivity Bot. Yes, the bots. Tide, Slow Cool, Gunslinger X 1983, who is actually a real human being. RCGC, who's also a real human being. Skinny Seahorse, and Commander Root, who I'm not so sure about. So anyway, thanks for all right, well, they're bots too. So, thanks guys for showing up. I also want to shout out Mark and Greg. Greg, feel better. Mark, I hope Jenny feels better soon. And I want to shout out, last but certainly not least, Richard Natras, because he's had a rough couple of days. Buddy, it'll get better, I promise. I know it's rough now, but it'll get better. And Nicole.
Yay! I'm gonna close this fucking door soon.
Woo!
So, I know, right? Mostly because I want to get back to my game and eat dinner.
That's a good excuse.
No, I gotta finish this stupid tree. You can find me, Nicole, at ocpod.com, which, honest to God, one of these days, I should probably check that email.
I know. I'm terrible.
And at OC_Amaryllis on Twitter, Amaryllis on the PlayStation 4, and Amaranth on Xbox. My face is still killing me. Yes, shout out to Greg. I hope he feels better. I hope Colin feels better. I hope Cindy doesn't get sick. She'll probably trump them all and not.
Probably.
That's mom thing. And seriously praying for Jenny and hope that she gets better soon and is out of the hospital. And thank you all for being here tonight. I know we had a short crew, but we really do appreciate you showing up and not, pulling one of those, I have sports to do with my kids kind of thing like Karen does. And I don't know, Windows epic fail or something for Phil, and Rich never shows up. So
and when she says short crew, she means we're actually all midgets. So there you go. I bet you didn't know that one.
No, we're not. But okay, yeah. Then I'm a midget at 5'9". How does that work?
Well, I am too at 5'9", so yeah.
Which actually, that's funny. Anyway, so thanks everybody for being here, and we appreciate you. We love your conversation in the chat. And Rich, Greg, Mark, everybody get better. And we'll see everybody this time, well, an hour, 2 hours ago, whatever it was, next week.
See ya.
Much love. Bye. Everybody. Bye.
Thank you for listening to the Overseas Connection podcast.